Alright guys, so I've took the controller apart and I wanted to go ahead and show you in part 2 what's actually under here and what kind of light is in here that's actually making you have an illuminated LED when you press the PS button. And this should be a fairly easy breakdown. I only see 2 screws that's holding whatever it is in place. This light bar, for lack of better terms, and it should be pretty easy to take apart. I do have to keep my eye on that ribbon cable because that's got to go in the right spot once I'm done. I can't be screwing around with that because the controller will not work. So I just got to make sure that I put everything back. As you can see, this safety bar pretty much comes off. I've got another screw that went somewhere in here. Where'd that damn screw go? Oh, it's hiding in this cup here. So there's 2 screws for that. And the key to taking this many parts and pieces apart is to try to do your damnedest to keep everything together. Here is that little bar, and it goes like so. And you put that there, and what else? There's a little piece of plastic here that I guess will come out if you remove this or move it down. Yeah. You've got this little part that goes in here. That's the actual indicator. And where the fuck is the LED at? I don't actually see the light, but I'm going to keep looking for it because there's only so many. There's only a few more parts and pieces left. I basically just pulled this down so that's attached, so it'll still be sticky when I'm ready to put it back in. I'm going to go ahead and keep moving forward and unscrew these pieces. 2 more screws, screws everywhere, and see what's under here. There's got to be some lights somewhere. And from how thin this is, these lights are the same lights that you see on the old indicator. It's got to be something like that. It's very bright, and I haven't seen an actual light yet. So there's the ribbon cable. These 2 pieces are taped together. 1 second, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Whoa. That's the actual charging port there, and it tapes in the back of the controller. So what's odd is, excuse me, I don't see any damn lights on here of any kind. So I'm gonna reinstall this piece because that leads me to believe that those lights are elsewhere, and that piece is back in and seated correctly. Excuse me guys, I apologize for this coughing. The lights have to be on this board somewhere, and I'm looking for LEDs. I'm like, fuck, where's the lights at? Let me hook this back up kinda and try to see if I can figure out where this damn where the lights are, because I don't see them. Maybe I'm just missing them in plain sight. Let us start the reassemble process, and in order to do that, a couple of things have to happen. Let's do this back first so I can get a better understanding of my bearings, and I just don't want to screw anything up. Put everything back on just as we found it. Push everything back down so it looks like brand new. One thing I forgot to do, dag nabbit. Alright. Again guys, take your time when you're doing this. Don't like spaz out, because you gotta take your time, you gotta do it right. put everything back in, start putting it back together, and then we'll start actually going through the actual reinstall. Move that for right now because that's irrelevant. We need to make sure this is properly seated. Taking your time is the key. Making sure you put every screw back in and everything looks the part when you're finished. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Now that I've got those screws back seated properly, that's more so this doesn't come loose during charging and recharging. We can finally put this guy back in once we get it the right way. Alright, that's back in. I just want to double check to make sure these are the right tightness. Alright, now we can put this little shield back in. And I guess this thing acts like a mirror somehow to project light up. I'm assuming that's what it does because I have no freaking idea where the actual light is. And this thing just sits in that little tray there, and you just basically push this down and it holds it in place, and it holds the actual light in place. So everything there is in place. Now I've got this piece put in. I had to remember which way it goes. Then I've got another piece that comes down on top of that, and this is just to put the back together, guys. So the difficulty in this one is not that bad. It's only difficult because we've never seen it before. So that's what makes it a difficult put back, but we will overcome. We'll get it back together. We'll get our ribbon cables in, and we'll take our time, and we'll have a working controller, I promise. All right, guys. So the back is back together as it was. I still do not know the origin of the actual light source, but that's okay. We're gonna figure something out, and once we do, I will show you guys first.